Something big is quietly building behind the scenes, and the Apple Watch Ultra 4 might not just be another yearly refresh, it could be the smartest, most practical upgrade Apple has made to its rugged lineup so far. Because instead of chasing flashy redesigns, Apple seems to be doing something far more important this time. We're talking smarter performance, more reliable health tracking, and real-world efficiency improvements that you'll notice every single day. Now let's get into what's actually coming. The biggest story here is health tracking, and this is where things get serious. According to reports from Digitimes, Apple is planning a major overhaul of the sensor system inside the Ultra 4. And not a small tweak, we're talking about potentially doubling the number of sensor components. That's huge, because right now, a lot of smartwatch data relies heavily on algorithms, basically smart guesses based on patterns. But with more physical sensors, the Ultra 4 could shift toward actual direct measurements instead of estimations. And that means one thing: accuracy. Heart rate tracking could become more precise. Sleep tracking could feel less like a rough overview and more like actual insight. Blood oxygen readings could be more consistent and dependable. In simple terms, the watch might finally feel less like it's guessing and more like it actually knows what's going on with your body. And as 9to5Mac points out, this also reduces Apple's reliance on software interpretation. That's not just good for accuracy, it also improves efficiency, because the system doesn't have to constantly process and adjust estimated data. Now here's something unexpected and honestly, pretty exciting: biometric authentication. According to findings reported by Macworld, Apple has been testing Touch ID directly on future Apple Watch models. Internal code references something called Apple Mesa, which has historically been Apple's internal name for Touch ID systems. That's a big hint. If this actually makes it into the Ultra 4, it could completely change how you interact with the watch. Think about it, instead of passcodes or relying only on wrist detection, you could unlock your watch instantly with a fingerprint. And the placement? That's where it gets interesting. Leaks suggest it could be integrated into the side button, the digital crown, or even the action button. All of those options would make the experience feel seamless, no extra steps, no friction. It's one of those features that sounds small until you use it every day. Now let's talk battery, because this is where Apple usually plays it safe. But this time, there might be a noticeable upgrade. Reports again from Digitimes suggest that power efficiency is getting a serious boost. And that's likely coming from two areas: a more efficient S-series chip and the redesigned sensor system. Basically, smarter hardware that consumes less power. This could translate into longer usage times without increasing the battery size. And that's key, because the Ultra line is already big and bulky. Nobody wants it getting heavier just for extra battery. So instead of adding more battery, Apple is trying to make the watch smarter with power. That's the kind of upgrade that actually matters in real life, especially if you're using GPS, workouts, or sleep tracking regularly. Now, in terms of launch timing, don't expect any surprises. The Apple Watch Ultra 4 is expected to be revealed during Apple's usual fall event in early September, right alongside the next iPhone lineup. That's been Apple's pattern for years, and there's no reason to think they'll change it now. So, we're still a few months away, which also means one thing: more leaks are coming, and probably some big ones. But even with what we know right now, the direction is clear. This isn't about redesigning the Ultra, it's about refining it, making it more accurate, more efficient, more useful, no gimmicks, no unnecessary changes, just a smarter, more capable watch that actually improves your day-to-day experience.